Hello, Epic Volunteers. I am super stoked about this Sunday, Palm Sunday. It's going to be amazing. We are going to unpack what does this Holy Week mean for us as believers? Why do we celebrate and remember Sunday, Palm Sunday? Why do we remember and celebrate Good Friday? Why do we remember and celebrate Easter Sunday? And we are going to hone in on two key words, crucifixion and resurrection. We're going to unpack what do they mean and why did Jesus have to be crucified? Where did this idea of a sacrifice come from? Why did he have to shed his blood? Why does the resurrection of Jesus Christ mean so much? We're going to unpack that. It's going to be a powerful Sunday where we help kids understand this week that they're about to go into, starting on Sunday. What does all this stuff mean so they can truly embrace the moment and the week and just have an awesome time? So let's first go over who's up this Sunday. Directors, Marissa, Rusha, Emily. Storyteller, me. Worship leader is Sierra. And our tech team, Brandon, Ben, you're up. Rec leaders, Mr. Eric and Vic and Lucas. At the end of towards the end of this video, I'm going to go over what we're doing in rec. It's going to be awesome. We played it on Wednesday night and the kids loved it. It's a basketball relay game, different from what we did last Sunday, and I think it was even better. So, as far as my 10:30 Epic Life Group leaders, for kindergarten, it's Joseph, Cheyenne, Olivia. First grade, it's Luke, Reed, Brianna. Second grade, it's Caden, who's new to the team. Welcome, Caden Glover, and Carson. And third grade life group, it's going to be Ben K, my boy is going to be here, and Josh Grubbs, Grubzilla. Fourth grade is going to be Morgan Schleiga. Fifth grade is going to be Cole and Morgan Harding. Okay, so as always, never leave your life group early, but for my youth volunteers, as soon as your life group class is over with, head over to H222. As soon as we can go in, we're going to set up and get ready to welcome the kids. So from right at 10:30, we're going to do a 1-minute countdown, and then I'm going to start with a story. I need all of that time to really dive into what all we have to cover for the day. And then at 11 o'clock, we're going to do our split. Again, at the end of the video, I'll go over what's happening in rec time. Let's look at what's going to continue happening upstairs in H222. So once the split happens, that's when we're going to do both of our worship songs and all that kind of stuff. So we'll start out with Real Love, and then I'm going to present the gospel, okay? And we're going to have a time where kids can accept Jesus Christ. I'm going to ask if there's any kids that feel like they've accepted Jesus Christ or want to know more. They're going to go with Miss Christie and Miss Rusha, and they're going to take them into one of those middle school life group rooms to be able to continue the conversation. Miss Rusha and Miss Christy, we're going to have all the kids fill out the decision card, and then Christy, you can take those, and we'll follow up with the parents later that week. So when after the salvation talk and we pray the prayer of salvation, some of the kids, whoever accepts Jesus Christ, is going to go off with Rusha and with Christy. Then we're going to go into our prayer circle. I'm going to circle all of you up. We're going to hold hands. I'm going to be in the center. And then I'm going to ask one of my leaders to start the prayer. I'm going to go around placing my hand on all the kids and leaders' shoulders. If they want to pray, I'll let them speak into the mic to pray. Please, leaders, I encourage you to pray to set the example for these kids. And then we're going to do Sierra, we're going to do This Is Not a Test. And that will wrap up that time in H222. Remember, when we head back down into the zone, it's going to be crazy packed. We are thinking of changing up, drop off and pick up to a larger space because we are growing. If you haven't noticed, we've doubled in size. And it ain't going to stop there. It's going to keep getting bigger, right? So this is awesome. God is on the move, doing great things. I'm super stoked about Sunday. Just remember, when we're in the zone, leaders, you need to sit down with the kids, make sure they get settled, pass out clipboards, activity sheets, and just keep them seated. That is the main thing. They need to be seated. So if they're up and wandering, you're saying, hey, buddy, you need to sit down, okay? They don't need to sit in the green chairs. That's just for leaders. That's just for you. And that's about it. Okay, so now let's look at rec. Okay, so this is called B-ball race. The kids will enter into the gym like normal. Life group leaders, the rally point is behind these flags in this area right here. Life group leaders, it is very important when you see these flags and you know the rally point to help the rec leaders get them seated as soon as possible. And life group leaders, please sit with the kids. So that'll help the rec leaders, Mr. Eric and Vic and Lucas. Now, Vic, you will be captain of one of the teams. Lucas, you will be a captain of the other team. Life group leaders, you get to play with the kids. And except for 2 other life group leaders, we'll need to be scorekeepers. One for the yellow team, and there's another chair with a clipboard down there under the goal, and that's for the orange team, okay? So basically the way this game is gonna work is you are gonna have the kids separate boys and girls, and let's say orange team is for the boys. You want them to come line up and have a seat on the red line starting at this point. They need to be on their tushies, crisscross applesauce, facing out this way, and they need to be on the line. And please make it clear, do not bother the cones. Don't mess with them. If you see a kid messing with the cones, please tell them to stop. If they don't listen, put them in timeout. Okay, so then we'll have the boys get settled first. Then let's say we have the girls over here for the yellow team. Then they need to sit down crisscross applesauce. If they are wild and not listening and running around like wild banshees, have them sit back down, and let's try to have them line up again correctly and remind them we're cutting into their rec time. All right, so once all the kids are settled, the way this game is played out is the kid that's closest to the green disc jam, let's say Lucas or Vic, let's say Vic, you're the captain of the yellow team. You're gonna hand your first kid in line down on this end the ball. Now that kid can run down to the basketball, and if they run down, they get no points. But they can try to dribble. If they dribble down, then scorekeeper, you can already give them 1 tally mark, 1 point, right? Now, then when they're down here, they can get as close to the basketball goal as they want to. They're gonna make a shot. Here's the deal. If they hit the backboard, and let's say they don't make the shot, but they hit the backboard, they get a point. If they make the shot, if it goes in the hoop, that is 2 points, okay? So I'm gonna try to make my shot, and then, I missed. Okay, so now I'm gonna get my ball, I'm gonna run back, and then I'm gonna have a seat, crisscross applesauce, then I'm gonna pass the ball to the next kid, and then they get to go, all right? And we just keep going until the first team gets to 15. Scorekeepers, whenever your team gets to 15, you need to let Mr. Eric know. You need to jump up and down and start screaming, saying, we win, we win. All right, now, then we start another round of it. Wherever you ended up with a kid with a ball, when you start the next game, let them start there and keep going, right? You're gonna have to remind your kids from time to time to sit down. They're gonna get really excited, and they're gonna wanna stand up and jump around as they're waiting for their turn. Everybody needs to be seated, other than the kid or leader with the ball. Remember, leaders, you get to play with the kids too, all right? So you're gonna be on a team, boys and girls, boys against girls. All right, so that's it. Again, we're going to 15 points. We'll play as many rounds as you have time for, and that's about it. Okay.